What's good, guys? Fantasy Joe back here with another video. Today I am showing you my Money League draft results. You guys can see how a draft would work out for me when the bullets are flying, when the cash is on the line. So yeah, we'll check out this squad. I'll tell you my thinking and basically how I design the team. So I don't take defensive or kickers in my leagues at draft before the season. I basically just take those as extra shots on running backs and wide receivers, and at the end of the season I can cut some of those guys. You never know, somebody's going to go down, something like that makes them more valuable. So hang on to some guys like that if you're in an offline draft and you don't have to select a defense and kicker before your season starts. I really like to do that, but let's talk about the team. So I started Bijan in the first round. I had the 109. Then I took Derrick Henry coming back around in the second round. Loved getting Henry that late. Sure, he could fall off, but he could also receive 345 carries this season and rush for 1,500 yards again. Even if he does fall off, as long as he can stay healthy, I think with the type of volume that he's going to receive, he'll still be a decent draft pick if he doesn't smash that value. Then with my third pick, I took Jahmyr Gibbs down here in round 3. Really like him. Think he's just going to catch a ton of passes. Has an easy schedule this season. They use the top 12 pick on him. Obviously, you can see I have two rookie running backs. Jahmyr Gibbs, a 12th overall pick in the draft. Bijan Robinson, the 8th. We've seen what's going on in the running back market right now, but these teams both decided to invest heavily into some big-time running backs. Expect them to get the ball early and often. And I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be used mainly in the receiving game, but I think he's going to catch a lot of passes. I think he's an explosive enough player to be very fruitful with those touches for fantasy football. In that fourth round, I snagged Amari Cooper. Could potentially try to make a move for Keenan Allen, try to set up that stack with him and Justin Herbert. There's talks of it in my league right now. I think I could get that to go. It's just deciding what I want to do ultimately. Later in the draft, Tyler Lockett was not my 6th round pick. I think I took Ayuk in the 6th round, and then I came back to grab Tyler Lockett in round 7 with JSN out now. He is a locked and loaded starter. Was probably going to play him either way. He's a great value in drafts. Last year was a wide receiver 13. Now you're drafting him at wide receiver 30. JSN's banged up. I would jump all over that value in your drafts if I was you guys. But like I said, got Brandon Ayuk. He was a wide receiver 15 last year. Got Gabe Davis in round 8. He was a wide receiver 27 last year. I think people are way too low on him. Drafted him at wide receiver 43, things like that. You just get an amazing value in a guy who is a prominent player in the Buffalo Bills offense, which is one of the most pass-heavy, one of the most explosive. He averaged over 17 yards per catch last season. Now he's playing with a high ankle sprain. If he is healthy, he could be a post-hype sleeper that you can get extremely late. And if he's not, I still think he pays off on his ADP because of where you're getting him in drafts. Took Elijah Moore as well. That's part of the reason I'm not too worried about trading Amari Cooper. I wanted some pieces of that Cleveland Browns offense in case Deshaun makes that next step up. But that's why I think Cooper is expendable to me. Could trade him and still have Elijah Moore, who I do believe in the talent of. And if Deshaun Watson is good, I think he'll be a very good number 2 fantasy wide receiver for that offense. Drafted Kenny Gainwell late. I really think he's going to be more involved than people think. Probably lead the way in that backfield. Maybe not for fantasy, but I think in overall touches he will. And let's say somebody goes down. Kenneth Gainwell has a pass-catching skill set. I think they really like him. I think he's a good player. So I think he's a worthwhile draft pick. I believe I got him in like round 11. So you can get guys like that later. Took Rondale Moore too. Obviously it's somewhat of an underwhelming offense, but I think he could be the number 2 wide receiver on that offense. They drafted a wide receiver in the 3rd round. He could also factor in, but Rondale's got an edge experience-wise. Took a shot in Jonathan Mingo. He might be a guy I let go, but we will see. But just love the athletic profile. Don't know if this is his year, though. Van Jefferson as well, I think, is going to be the number 2 for the Rams. I think he's going to be pretty darn good. We saw how devoid of talent they were last year when Cooper Kupp was out and they didn't have any other options. Even when Cooper Kupp was in, besides Cooper Kupp, they really had very little. Then in my last 2 spots, I've got Deuce Vaughn from Dallas. I think he's going to have a role. I just think he's a good player. I don't think Tony Pollard will get it all. And then I have Tyjae Spears, who I actually was able to add from waivers already because someone cut him. Obviously, just a handcuff to Derrick Henry, younger back. So if something does happen, then he could offer some upside if he gets a big chunk of that Derrick Henry workload. And Henry in Tennessee, plays Houston twice in the playoffs, so trying to lock that up if I could. Obviously, I'd make it to the playoffs first, though. At tight end, too, I don't know if I talked about him, but Pat Freiermuth, got him as the second to last team to draft my tight end, so I was happy with him. Maybe not a superstar, but a pretty consistent fantasy scorer each and every week. Let's take a look at his game log from last year. I do believe he was pretty darn solid as far as just scoring. Yeah. We see 5 obviously isn't great, but 10, 10, 9, 11, 11, 12, 10, 10. Like, I'd take a lot of those weeks. He's probably not going to goose you, and he only caught 2 touchdowns last year. Kenny Pickett should be improved a lot in touchdown percentage, 1.6% last year. I think that could go up. League average is right around 4.2. Even if he hits like 3.5 or 3, he's doubling his amount of touchdowns. And that's, he wouldn't play the whole season either. So I think that could be a big boost for a lot of people in the Pittsburgh offense. I took Justin Herbert as well, got him in round 5. Don't know if I touched on him. Just love the passing volume for Herbert. They run a high-pace scheme. They're running a lot of plays, a lot of passes. Last year, 699 attempts for Herbert. He was playing with that broken rib, though, from week 2 on. His left tackle went down. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both went down for stretches. They went out. They drafted a first-round wide receiver in Quentin Johnson. That I think is going to help them. I think it's going to help Herbert just even being a deep threat, just launching balls to him down the field. They brought in Kellen Moore, who in his 3 seasons as the offensive coordinator for Dallas, they were top 6 in offense all 3 of those years. So I expect a major jump up for Herbert. He had 25 passing touchdowns last season. His rookie year he had 31. His second year he had 38. I think it mainly had to do with a lot of health reasons. Both the team. Play calling wasn't great, but I think so much of that gets fixed this year. I like the schedule. I think Justin Herbert could do really well, and I like that, taking him in round 5 once, a lot of these guys. I got him as a 7th quarterback in the draft. I love getting him at the 7th. I would take him probably the 6th or 5th, but yeah, I love the value you're getting on him there. All right, if you guys have made it to this point in the video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know how your Money League drafts are going. I'll review your rosters or whatever you're looking for, start sits, anything like that. But let me know. This has been Fantasy Joe. Thank you guys so much for watching.